Hello, wonderful world of YouTube. How's it going? We are going to waste no time today and just get right into it because we have a very powerful conversation that needs to be had. And we're just going to roll right into the icky, uncomfortable, but liberating self transformation stuff right away. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. In either case, I'm so happy to be here with you today. My name is Mariana, and I am the founder of Commitment to Growth Resilience Coaching, where I am dedicated to helping women heal cycles of dysregulation, disempowerment, and disconnection from self. And I could not think of a better conversation around those three elements to facilitate than this one. If you're clicking on this video, my assumption is that you are a self-identifying woman who finds herself in her 20s, or maybe you are just leaving your 20s and into your 30s, or maybe you're about to enter your 20s. In any case, I am so excited to share this video with you because this is truly the insight and the wisdom and the guidance that I wish I had had at some point earlier in my 20s that would have saved me from so much burnout and so much grief and so much self-betrayal and self-abandonment. And my hope is that these words become a guiding light for you in your journey during your 20s into stepping into your power and into creating the life of your dreams, because that is exactly what you deserve and nothing less. So let's go and make this happen. So in case you don't follow me on Instagram, I recently wrote and released a short, about 13-page ebook called The Truth About Your 20s, A Guide for Ambitious Women. And in this ebook, I outlined what I think are the top 5 myths that women in their 20s are sold by society and are continuously perpetuated from social media and friends and family and magazines and billboards. And they keep us in these cycles of chasing other people's timelines and becoming something other than what we want to be for ourselves. And in so doing, we end up betraying our desires. We end up betraying the things that are most truly in line with our authentic expression, but it's in trading our authenticity for a perception of security that we lose ourselves. And I'm ready to make a dent in the world by sharing these myths and hopefully helping you debunk them from your subconscious mind. A lot of people ask me how I managed to start my own business, quit my day job to travel, build so much beautiful abundance in my relationships, my health, and my daily routines, in the choices I get to make every single day in my life about what I do with my day and where I go and who I see. And I think so much of that process of creating this beautiful life that I can now say I have has been taking a really hard look at the stories that I have found that continuously replay themselves in my mind and keep me stuck and really have dictated in the past and still continue to. I'm not saying I am fully healed and happy. This is continuous, ongoing work. But in reflecting on what my healing journey has been about over the past few years, I identified these top 5 myths as being kind of the thematic, most prominent stories that I was hearing in my brain, that I've heard in clients, in my own friends, in own members of my family. And I compiled all 5 of these, wrote very deeply about what I have learned about each of them in my healing journey, and what I have come to understand is the way to reframe these lies in our mind to find liberation and empowerment to do something better for ourselves. And I'm going to share them with you today. The top 5 myths that women in their 20s are sold are: number 1, you have to have your whole life figured out by 30. Number 2, you have to have your life partner by 30. Number 3, the sexiest woman is the one that can do it all alone. Number 4, skinny is beauty, skinny is happy, skinny is worthy. That one honestly hurts so much to put on paper and see, not gonna lie. And number 5, the mistakes that you make in your 20s are the ones that you'll pay in your 30s. And we could go on and on about every single one of these for days, but out of these 5, the one that I really want to pull out and extract and go through with you is number 1, about you have to have your whole career figured out by 30. Being in my 20s, not only is this one that I have seriously struggled with and continue to struggle with, and I just think that it's one that puts so much undue pressure on us when our 20s is a decade of our life that I believe should be geared towards radical self discovery. And what I mean by that is there is this false conception that the timeline that must be followed is we graduate high school, we go to university, we settle into a career path, but there is this conception that it is a one straight line towards the career that we will settle into that will pay off our mortgage, our car, and eventually provide for our families. And this is just not true. As someone who went to school for a degree that I am not really using now and not really turning into my life purpose or career, I wish more people had pushed me towards making choices that would allow me to expand my worldview by making me uncomfortable, by making me get out of my comfort zone and into new environments with new people in new places. But because we have this idea that by following this one straight line, we will land into security eventually, we don't take the time to build security in how we trust our instinct as women, how we allow ourselves to trust our intuition as women. We end up training ourselves out of listening to those soul nudges because we are taught not to trust them. We are taught that not taking the risky decision that comes from our desires is the right way to go, when actually the straightest line towards the things that will make you the happiest in this life, to the things that will light up your soul the most in this life, is by following those callings. To the beautiful woman that is watching this, when I say that this should be a time in your life where you devote yourself so unconditionally to knowing yourself, I mean that this is a time where you make the decisions that guarantee you no security. You quit the day job to go travel to your dream place. You go back to school. You ask out the coworker that you've been dying to ask out for coffee. You join the dance class even though you never danced before. You go skydiving. You sell your car to get your scuba diving degree. I don't know. And maybe that sounds so reckless and flamboyant and stupid. But I'm going to tell you the number one thing that will liberate you now and for the rest of your life. The minute that you stop chasing security in material things like contracts, paychecks, you will realize that the only way that you can build true security in this world, the only way that you build true safety within yourself is by living a life that is fully created from your desires. Because when you live so aligned and close to your integrity, you are always inevitably going in the direction of your happiness, in the direction of your soul's calling. Your only job in this life ever is to do the work to discover yourself. Even if you enter a career tomorrow that you are so passionate about that you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life, in 2 weeks from now, the person you are is going to be totally different. The interests you have might be totally different. The things that you love and find passion in might be totally different. And what are you going to do when you are being pulled towards change, but you're resisting it because you're telling yourself that you should stay on one path? You were put on this earth to embrace the multidimensionality and complexity of who you are as a human being with a soul, with different pursuits and things that light it up and make it dance. And I think we forget that the only way to know our why we love the things we do, why we are drawn to the things that ignite our curiosity, why we are called to do certain things in this lifetime, the only way we find out those whys is by prioritizing living, prioritizing experience instead of prioritizing our survival. And what I mean by that is we are so focused on chasing society's timeline and staying on it because we think that, once again, it'll give us security, acceptance, status of some kind. Our survival becomes our chase instead of being in this constant pursuit of self expansion in which we know ourselves so deeply that even though we might not know the next step, we know that whatever is coming our way or whatever is standing before us at a given moment is being given to us to step further into alignment, even if it's not certain what's going to come next. And so, once again, to the beautiful girl, woman that is watching this, I just want to validate you for the things that are burning in your heart right now that you want to go after, the travel dreams, the dreams of starting your business, the dreams of getting to your dream relationship, or maybe embracing your singlehood, those yearnings are not there because you are selfish or because you are reckless or because you have an unrealistic idea of what life should be. Those yearnings are there to show you that the human tendency, the human nature is to dream, is to want, is to yearn, is to think outside of the box that society is putting you into. And you deserve to dream. More than you deserve to dream, you deserve to have those dreams become a reality. And it is up to you to choose how much longer you're going to let them be just a dream. Because the only thing that is certain is that time is going to keep passing by. But what is not certain is when your next opportunity is going to be to start bringing those dreams into fruition, because you could get sick tomorrow. You could have a serious financial crisis tomorrow. We could go into some natural disaster tomorrow, and you will look back and say, I wish I had done it when I had the chance. That's one thing that could play out, or you could choose to start now. And choosing to start now involves you recognizing that the first step in attaining the life of your desires is by accepting that the only compass you've ever needed to follow in this lifetime is the pullings from your soul towards the things that ignite you. Start spending more time diving into the things that are calling you. Trust that the reason why you're drawn to those things is because there is a piece of you that is finding resonance in what those things will do for your personal growth, for your self expansion, for your feelings of fulfillment and happiness. And please, 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 if you take nothing else away from this video, please remember that this life is not about chasing happiness. We spend so much of our time thinking that if we do all these things, we get the life partner by 30, we get the car and the mortgage by 30, we have X amount of income per month by 30, we will be happy. We spend so much of this decade preparing for our 30s, thinking that our 30s are finally going to be our it years because we'll have it all figured out and we'll be stable and we'll have consistency, when the only way to have what you want in the future is by starting now. And what you need to start doing now is leaning so radically into the things that make you happy that you build abundance from the happiness you create. You build abundance from the curiosity that you turn into a pursuit in the name of the things that light your soul. I hope that chat lit you up, and I hope that you're walking away from this conversation ignited and empowered and inspired and so ready to claim the life of your dreams. If you enjoyed that and the other 4 myths caught your eye and you're ready to learn the tools and the wisdom to release those beliefs from your subconscious mind, my new ebook, The Truth About Your 20s, A Guide for Ambitious Women, is now out everywhere, completely free for download. All you have to do if you're watching this video is hit the link in the description of this video right here on YouTube, follow the instructions, put in your email, and the workbook will be delivered right to you in literally seconds. 13 pages long, full of wisdom, powerful insights, transformative life lessons, and journal prompts to help you on this journey of radical self-choosing and self-transformation. This is what I wish I had so much earlier in my 20s to help me choose happiness over so much pain and suffering and frustration I endured way too many times. So I'm so happy to finally give it to you and help you out of the times that I wish I hadn't had to walk through, and finally show you that you are worthy of everything you've ever wanted, and the time to start choosing that is now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, send it to a friend who you think could also need to hear it, and make sure to stick around for more content like this. These are resilience coaching in a sip videos that I like to do here on YouTube to further my mission into helping women heal those cycles of self-disconnection and self-abandonment. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.